Scene script. Have you ever wondered what happened at the very beginning of time? How everything we know came into existence? Imagine the universe as a blank canvas, a void of nothingness. Then, suddenly there's a spark so powerful and intense that it gives birth to time, space, and matter. This is the Big Bang Theory, the prevailing cosmological model that explains the inception of the universe. From this singular, infinitely hot and dense point, everything we know has expanded and evolved over around 13.8 billion years. Now let's talk about size. The universe is enormous, so vast that it can be challenging to comprehend its scale. In fact, it's estimated to span over 93 billion light-years in diameter. And within this unfathomable space, there are billions of galaxies, each teeming with millions to billions of stars. But what about the smaller stuff? Let's zoom in for a moment. Within every star, planet, and creature, down to every piece of dust floating in the air, are atoms. Atoms are the building blocks of matter, incredibly small, with a diameter of about 1/10,000,000th of a millimeter. Yet even within these minuscule atoms, we find tinier subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, and electrons. And it doesn't stop there. Delve even deeper into the quantum realm, and you encounter particles so small and elusive that they challenge our understanding of physics. Particles like quarks, which are the constituents of protons and neutrons, and leptons, which include electrons and neutrinos. These particles operate under a set of rules that seem alien compared to the physics we experience in our day-to-day lives. All of these, from the gargantuan universe down to the smallest subatomic particles, are a result of that initial spark, the Big Bang. It's a fascinating journey from the infinitely small to the infinitely large, a testament to the grandeur of the universe and the power of scientific exploration. From an infinitely small point, everything we know has expanded into the vast universe we see today. Now, imagine a time when Earth was nothing more than a molten ball of rock. This was our planet's early state, a swirling, fiery sphere of magma, devoid of life, and yet it was just the beginning of a remarkable journey. This molten ball of rock, over billions of years, cooled down, solidified, and started to take shape. As the Earth cooled, the outer layer solidified to form a thin crust. This crust was fractured into large pieces, or tectonic plates, which constantly moved and interacted with each other. These tectonic movements resulted in the formation of mountains, valleys, and the deep ocean trenches that we see today. These were the first steps in the creation of the planet's diverse geography. But the Earth was still an inhospitable place. It was only when the planet's conditions started to stabilize that the first sparks of life could ignite. These sparks came in the form of simple single-celled organisms. Invisible to the naked eye, these tiny life forms were the pioneers, setting the stage for all life that would follow. Over time, these single-celled organisms evolved, becoming more complex. They developed into multicellular organisms, then into plants, then into sea creatures. Some of these creatures ventured onto land, evolving into the first terrestrial animals. And so, life on Earth continued to evolve, diversify, and adapt, resulting in the rich tapestry of life we see around us today. Among all these diverse life forms, one species stood out: Homo sapiens. The development of modern humans marked a significant milestone in the Earth's history. Unlike other species, we developed the ability to think, to imagine, to create. We learned to use tools, to control fire, to build societies. We learned to understand the world around us, and in doing so, we've shaped it in countless ways. From a molten rock, Earth has transformed into a planet teeming with diverse life forms. This transformation is a testament to the power of time, the relentless forces of nature, and the unyielding drive of life to exist and flourish. It's a journey that's worth understanding, appreciating, and most importantly, protecting. What would happen if a meteorite struck Earth today? This isn't just a hypothetical question, but a very real scenario that scientists around the globe are continuously trying to assess. Imagine a chunk of space rock larger than any skyscraper hurtling toward our planet at phenomenal speeds. The moment it makes contact, it could unleash an energy equivalent to millions of nuclear bombs. Cities would be flattened, forests set ablaze, and the ensuing dust cloud could potentially block sunlight, leading to what's known as a nuclear winter. Now, this might sound like a plot straight out of a science fiction movie, but the truth is, our planet has endured such catastrophic events in the past. The most notable one being the asteroid impact that likely led to the extinction of the dinosaurs around 65 million years ago. But it's not just meteorites that pose a threat. Mother Earth has her own arsenal of catastrophic phenomena, including volcanic eruptions. History is replete with tales of such disasters, with one of the most infamous being the eruption of Krakatoa in the late 19th century. This Indonesian volcano erupted with such force that it was heard over 3,000 miles away. The explosion and subsequent tsunamis resulted in the loss of over 36,000 lives. Even closer to home, we have the Yellowstone National Park, a serene landscape that belies its volcanic nature. Beneath its tranquil surface lies a colossal volcano, so large that an eruption could spell disaster on a continental scale. Thankfully, such an event is considered extremely unlikely in our lifetime. However, it serves as a stark reminder of the immense power that lies beneath our feet. In today's age, we have made significant advancements in technology that allow us to monitor and predict such events, giving us a fighting chance to prepare and potentially mitigate some of the damage. However, it's important to remember that despite our progress, we're still at the mercy of the natural world. These catastrophic events remind us of the immense power of nature and our place within it. Behind every scientific discovery, there is often an eccentric scientist with a fascinating story. Take Isaac Newton, for instance. The man who discovered gravity was also known to have a rather peculiar personality. He once stuck a needle in his eye just to see what would happen. He also had a pet dog named Diamond, whom he blamed for setting his laboratory on fire. Then there's Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor who gave us alternating current. Tesla had a peculiar obsession with the number 3. He would often walk around a building 3 times before entering it. He also had an unusual love for pigeons, one of which he claimed to love as one would love a human being. And who could forget the Curie couple, Marie and Pierre? Their radioactive romance led to the discovery of radium and polonium. Marie carried test tubes filled with radioactive isotopes in her pockets and stored them in her desk drawer, leading to her untimely death from aplastic anemia due to prolonged radiation exposure. Our journey wouldn't be complete without mentioning Richard Feynman, the bongo-playing, Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Feynman was known for his unconventional methods. He once claimed to think in colors and used strip clubs as an alternative office, asserting that the environment helped him concentrate on his equations. Lastly, there's Albert Einstein, the father of modern physics. Einstein was known for his rebellious nature and his lack of socks. He found socks bothersome, as they often would get holes in them. These eccentricities, these quirks that set these scientists apart, they all had one thing in common. They were all part of a relentless pursuit of knowledge, of understanding the world in ways no one had before. They were driven by curiosity, by the desire to know and understand, and they weren't afraid to be different, to be eccentric in their quest. It's important to remember that these scientists were not just brilliant minds, but also complex, unique individuals with their own idiosyncrasies. They were human, just like us, navigating the world in their own peculiar ways, while making groundbreaking discoveries that have shaped our understanding of the universe. Science, it seems, is not just about cold facts, but also about the colorful characters who uncover them. As inhabitants of Earth, how are we affecting its climate and other species? This profound question drives us into the heart of our impact on this planet we call home. We humans, as a species, have come a long way. From the early days of hunting and gathering to the present era of advanced technology, we have always been changing our environment, and not always for the better, I must add. The Earth's climate is a complex system, and our actions have been causing some significant disruptions. The burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, industrial processes, and various forms of land use change are contributing to an increase in greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. This is leading to a warming of the planet, commonly referred to as global warming. And this warming isn't just about hotter summers or milder winters. It's causing more frequent and severe weather events like hurricanes and floods. It's melting ice caps, raising sea levels, and altering habitats for countless species. Some of these changes are happening at such a rapid pace that many species are unable to adapt, leading to mass extinctions. These are not just predictions or theories, they are observations backed by a multitude of scientific studies. But it's not just the climate we're impacting. Our activities are also causing habitat loss, pollution, and overexploitation of species, further threatening biodiversity. The magnitude of these impacts is such that scientists believe we are now living in a new geological epoch, the Anthropocene, characterized by human influence on the Earth. The good news, though, is that we're not powerless. We have the knowledge and the tools to mitigate these impacts. By transitioning to renewable energy, protecting and restoring ecosystems, and adopting more sustainable practices, we can help ensure the Earth remains a thriving home for all its inhabitants. From the Big Bang to the present day, our understanding of the universe continues to evolve, reminding us of our role as stewards of this magnificent planet. And as we continue on this journey of discovery, let's remember to tread lightly, for the Earth does not belong to us, we belong to the Earth.